Hi guys, welcome to Auntie Tay's YouTube channel, which is full of DIYs and creative things. Make sure you subscribe to Tay's channel. And if you didn't know, I'm Sam, and you're on an episode of The Sam Show. Today we are talking all about travel and the places we've been, and we are going to make one of the travel signs with the arrows of all the different places that we have been. And I absolutely love how it turned out. I have been so blessed to travel these past 10 years to all these amazing places, and I left a piece of my heart in all of these different sites, and I can't wait to show you guys what I came up with, and I hope it inspires you to make a sign yourself. Let's go. Hey everyone, it's Sam from the Auntie Tay team, and you're watching The Sam Show. Let's go make some fun things. I got these 3/8 by 4 inches by 36 inch craft boards from Home Depot. They blended in really well to my table. I kept one board whole, and the other ones I marked up so that I could cut into arrows using a saw. So all I did was find the center of each of them, and then where they connected, I wanted to not waste anything, so one end becomes the beginning of another. So you only wasted a little bit and not a bunch of wood. But I did different angles, so there were ones that pointed more and some that pointed a little less. I just wanted them to all be slightly different. And then I started painting. I didn't do anything special. I used whatever paint I thought was best, whether it's chocolate paint or acrylic paint. This is staying inside of our house. We're not putting this outside. A lot of people put them in their gardens. So if you do want it to go outside, you're going to want to use a little bit hardier paint, but I just used whatever I had because it's going in our house. One of my favorite things was going through the Auntie Tay files and picking the different font for the different locations, and there are so many fonts to pick from. There is literally everything for everything you could want on the Auntie Tay membership. Then seriously, you just have to have fun with it. I used my hand and hand painted and used a pencil to outline stuff. I tried different painting techniques where I would, highlight certain areas. If you don't like it, guess what? You can paint over it and restart. You can see I ended up changing some of these different pieces because I didn't like them. But do you know what the ones I didn't like the most are? The ones that I didn't put much on. The ones that had more just were so much more meaningful. So I might go back in and add to some of the other ones later. But these were really fun, and it makes you think back of, what makes you think of Waikiki. This one I did a bunch of little fish for them for Leland, Michigan, which is also called Fish Town. So of course I had to put little fishies all over it. Just get out of your comfort zone. This is the best time to play with different techniques and practice. For the Rose Bowl, I did these roses, so it was red on red, so you can't really see it, but you can. It's just the little details. For Walt Disney World, I splattered paint. I don't know why. I just think it's fun and magical. So I splattered a bunch of white paint on it. Once you have the backgrounds all done, then you'll cut out of stencil vinyl your different fonts, and I did them about the size of the plank. And I went through everything first and did a layer of Mod Podge and then did the paint. That helps so much with bleeding. And these boards were really easy to use the stencil vinyl on. They were really smooth already, so you didn't have to sand them. I love them. And make sure when you're painting, you're just dabbing up and down. I used this metallic paint for Cave Creek. If you've been to Cave Creek, Arizona, it's very westerny, old saloon type, so I couldn't resist doing some like coppery bronze. And then for Disneyland, I had to do some glitter. So on my final layer on my stencil vinyl, when the paint was still really, really wet, I went in and pulled the stencil off while it was wet and then sprinkled glitter on top of it. I was very heavy handed with the glitter, and then I did push it down because I wanted to stick, and I let it dry this way before I knocked the glitter off, and it stayed for the most part. I did go in with a clear sealer, a matte finish clear sealer, and lightly spray over top of it just so I didn't have a bunch of glitter falling out over time, which honestly the paint does a pretty good job at holding it in, but I love the sparkle. Some of them were done once I did the wording on top, and then other ones I actually went in and did more because, like I said, the more I did, the more I loved it. So the Rose Bowl one was all done, but then for the Daytona one, I used the Cars template that had a racing flag because one of the things that we love to do in Daytona is go to the Daytona International Speedway. We normally go for Supercross, so I had to do a racing flag, and then I did a sunshine because it's always sunny in Daytona. I had to do a hibiscus for Waikiki. And if you guys are wondering where these files are, you can find them everywhere. The Eiffel Tower is under the Aristocats. The hibiscus can be found under Lilo and Stitch. And then there are so many bundles, especially for traveling. You can find so much. There is a cactus bundle because I had to add some cacti for Cave Creek. Literally, there are so many files you can use. I know you guys will find some awesome stuff. So then I did go in with Mod Podge on those stencils too and paint in all of those extra things. But that was it. I mean, it was a lot of work, but I love painting and I loved reminiscing all of these places. My husband and I had so much fun picking out the different icons that we were going to use. And then when we were ready, we laid out kind of which order we wanted them to go, and we just nailed them on. And that's it. Isn't it so much fun? Oh my gosh, I'm so in love. I cannot wait to make more of our favorite places. I might even put like how far away it is, or put like stamps of when we went there. There's so many things you can do with this, guys. I can't wait to make one for my garden of like make-believe places like Neverland. Literally cannot wait to see what you guys do with this. Thanks for joining. See you next time.